Hello, good morning everyone. I'm Gusti Werdiyani from 7C class and majoring in English language education. So today I will present to you about my topics. I have 3 topics that will be discussed in this presentation. Okay, the first topic is about a speakerphone and conference call etiquette. The second topic is about videophone etiquette. And the last one is about mobile phone etiquette. So without any further ado, let's start it. The first one is speakerphone and conference call etiquette. A speakerphone is a telephone with a microphone and loudspeaker provided separately from those in the handset. So this definition stated by Merriam-Webster 1828. This device allows multiple persons to participate in a conversation. The speakerphone also has a function as the one used in many workplaces as an alternative to conference call when only a person is called but needs more to hear what's being said. However, even though we use a speakerphone where can allow multiple persons to participate or can hear what is said in louder volume, we must also pay attention with the etiquette. According to Rowe 2000, there are 2 etiquettes of using a speakerphone. The first one is asking permission. When we want to broadcast a person's conversation with the speakerphone, we should ask permission first. If not, it will be very impolite. And then second one is about shut the door when using speakerphone facility. So it's because as we know, not everyone in the office wants to be included in conversation. So we must shut the door when using speakerphone facility. And then speakerphone also has advantages and disadvantages. First, I will tell you about the advantages of using speakerphone. According to Rowe 2000, there are some advantages of using speakerphone. The first one is many people can be actively involved in a call. And second one is saving the need to physically meet for a conference. Next, we move to the advantages of using speakerphone. According to Rowe, there are 3 disadvantages of using speakerphone. The first one is it's not as effective as face-to-face meeting. And then the second one is it's difficult to conduct business with poor voice production. And then the third one is there is no eye contact and body language. Okay, next we move to the conference call etiquette. A conference call is a term that used for a telephone call that connects 3 or more phone lines at the same time. A conference call allows telephone users from different locations to communicate and exchange information. A conference call can be arranged in such a way that the party called can participate when the phone call is made, or can only listen to the conversation and cannot join the conversation. So a conference call also has advantages and disadvantages. I will start with the advantages of conference call. There are 3 advantages of conference call. This statement was stated by Video Conference ID 2016. The first one is can reduce your time by dragging everyone from anywhere to a meeting you have scheduled. And then the second one is you don't have to travel to have meeting that fits everyone's schedule. And then the last one is everyone will be able to hear what you have to say and even interact during the meeting. Next, there are 2 disadvantages of conference call. The first one is loss of personal connection in business when only the voice of colleagues can be heard. And then Second one is call quality decreases when parties from other locations are added to the call. Okay, according to Conco 2017, when we are following a conversation via a conference call, to keep the conversation run smoothly, we should keep the etiquette as follows. The first one is be polite. When someone is talking, we don't need to interrupt them, and please give them time to talk about their opinion. And then the second one, use the mute feature when not talking. By activating the mute feature on the cell phone, it will prevent the entry of sounds that can disturb other participants, such as your breath and other sound around you. And then the third one is follow the existing agenda. Before conducting a conference call, there is usually an agenda that will be discussed, right? Try to focus on the set of agenda. If there are matters that you want to discuss further outside the agenda, it's best to hold them in advance for the next conversation. And then the next is appoint a moderator. In every conference call conversation, a moderator must assign to ensure that all participants get conference call schedule, agenda, and to keep the conversation of all participants doesn't go out of the set agenda. Furthermore, the moderator is responsible for summing up the call results section. For example, thank you for your attention. Until this section, my assistant Taylor Swift has taken note for a summary of your idea for next Monday's conference. She will share it with you, and if you have something in your mind, please tell us. Okay, next. There are some tips regarding speakerphone meetings and conference call meeting according to Roway 2000. There are 9 tips regarding speakerphone or conference call meeting. The first one, if you have set aside of time for the teleconference to take place, make sure you are punctual and on the phone at that time. Or it means that you have to be on time. And then next, identify yourself each time you speak so the other teleconference member know who is proposing what. Since the conference call participants are not in the same room and cannot see each other, other participants must know who is talking so they can understand what you are talking about based on the context of who you are. Even if the conference call involves several people from different groups or divisions who have never met face-to-face before, you should also mention your group or division before starting to speak. Okay, the third one is be concise and avoid long-winded explanation. It means that you must explain briefly, concisely, and clearly or to the point. Okay, the next one is when you make a contribution to the discussion, sit near the microphone or have it turned to face you. And then the fifth one is don't be monotone when you speak. Convey warmth and enthusiasm in your tone. And then the sixth one is don't speak at the top of others because interrupting is rude. Okay, the next one is don't make aside or snide comments under your breath to the sitting near you while someone else is speaking. The next one is minimize other noise in the room. When talking on the conference call, the slightest sound can disturb someone who is listening, right? Therefore, find a quiet place for conference call or minimize other noise in the room. And then the last one is thank whoever organized the teleconference at the end of the call. For example, I would like to thank the organizer of this teleconference because I can share a lot of experiences with all of you and can get very brilliant ideas for business in the future. Okay, next we move to the second topic. It's about video phone etiquette. Okay, a video phone is a phone with a video screen and it's capable of capturing video or picture as well as transmitted sound. Videophone has a function as a means of communication between one person and another in a real time. Videophone also has advantages and disadvantages. Here, I will tell you about what are the advantages and disadvantages of videophone. We start with the first one. There are 3 advantages of using videophone. This statement was stated by Rowe 2000. The first one, can observe the body language of your business associates during the important business discussions. And then second one, it allows a message to be communicated simultaneously to a video conference participant internationally. And then the third one, can reduce your time by dragging everyone from anywhere to a meeting that you have scheduled. Next, there are 3 disadvantages of using video phone. The first one, video conference reduce personal contact and understanding. Second one, it's possible network instability and time lag during the conference. Okay, and then the third one, sometimes technical issues during the video conferencing, such as unheard voice, the telephone, and etc. Okay, besides the advantages and disadvantages of videophone, videophone also has etiquettes. Here are several etiquettes when using videophone in meeting. The first one, self-review. This is done to check the image that your camera transmits to others. Be sure to check your appearance before you place a video conference call, including the best distance between you and the screen and positioning your camera effectively. And then the second one, lighting and background. Remember, the better lighting you have, the better the image that you will transmit. It's important that lighting comes from behind the videophone camera and shine directly on the subject. And then third one, learn to calm and speak clearly. Don't forget to fidget or rock back and forth. Remember to speak clearly and distinctly. If there is more than one person with you, don't talk at the same time. Give the person being called a chance to speak. The last one is video phone placement. Consider the best position to place your video phone on your desk or ease of use. For example, the video phone should be placed so you can easily turn to look directly at the screen without twisting, allowing enough under the desk space for legs or knees. Okay, the last topic is about mobile phone etiquette. A mobile phone is an electronic telecommunication equipment that has the same basic capabilities as the conventional fixed line telephone, but can be carried anywhere and doesn't need to be connected to a telephone network using cables. Mobile phone has advantages and disadvantages too. So I will give you the advantages and disadvantages of mobile phone. I will start with the advantages of mobile phone. According to Lazar 2017, there are 3 advantages of using mobile phone. The first one, as a teleworking tool. The mobile phone allows you to follow in a real-time meeting for which you cannot be physically present. Combined with a video conferencing tool such as Zoom, Skype, or Hangout, it's as if you were there. And then, audio recording in mobile phone. It allows you to protect yourself, to keep the track of what has been said and decided. This way, you can document your meeting in order to avoid confusion or conflict. And then the last one, can take personal note. The mobile phone makes it easy to take and keep personal notes. They can be searched by keywords. No more notebook where it's difficult to find the information afterward, right? Okay, yes, we move to the advantages of mobile phone. First one, workflow disruption. We must always on communication in the form of personal or work-related calls, and it can disturb the employee workflow and decrease their productivity. Okay, the second one is compromise work-life balance. All our availability can interrupt employees' personal life if they receive calls outside their working hours. Okay, next, I will tell you about the etiquette of using mobile phone when meeting. There are 6 etiquettes that must be considered. The first one is turn the mobile phone over to vibrate mode and leave it in pocket to keep the meeting conducive and make colleagues concentrate during the meeting. Okay, the second etiquette is if don't have vibrate mode, it can use voicemail. If you are busy at work and not sure whether the call is important or not, let your voicemail answer and receive message from the caller. This step is more practical than having to pick up the phone and say that you are not talking because you are busy at work. And then the third one is if you dislike a voicemail, you can sit at the back or the side of the room. This can make you easier to pick up the phone because you already sitting near the exit door so that the rest of the meeting won't be disturbed. Okay, the fourth one. If you do have take a call, excuse yourself and explain that it's really urgent. And the fifth one is deal with the call as quickly as possible and do apologize for the interruption. Okay, the sixth one, remember that your client might have allocated specific time for the meeting with you. Okay, that's all about my presentation. Thank you for your attention and have a nice day.